Howdy, everybody, and welcome to episode 11 of Random Rhapsody's test play of the Magi-Knights TTRPG system. I am Matthew R. Dawson, your friendly neighborhood host and magic keeper for this mini-series event, and joining me around my virtual table tonight are Alyssa, Dasonie, Hitoshura, Jeff, and Steven. Say hi, everyone.
Hello.
Everyone.
Hello.
Now, before we begin, I want to give one more shout out to the Magi-Knights project team. The Kickstarter is over, but you can still pre-order your copy of the official rulebook on their webpage, which is Magi-Knights.com. Next, I'm also happy to announce that in about 2 weeks, we're going to be doing another episode just to kind of talk about what's been going on and that sort of thing. So make sure to come by and watch us for that. We also have a few new things coming up, including a one-shot on December the 12th, which is going to be our annual holiday one-shot, which is going to be hosted this week by Briana McKnight of the Debauchery Circus campaign. What's that? Yeah, this year, and is being run by Briana McKnight of the Debauchery Circus campaign. Now, you can keep up to date on everything we're doing by following us on Facebook as Random Rhapsody TV and on Twitter as @random_Rhapsody. Okay, that should do it for the announcements. So join us as we return to Europa City and continue on with the Magi-Knights as they investigate an echo from the stars. And we're back. So to start things off tonight, everyone went ahead and rolled their D20s, and whoever's rolled the lowest is going to be giving a recap of the previous episode in the perspective of their character. I will, of course, fill in any blanks they can't remember, and we're going to go from there. And it looks like, Alyssa, you rolled a 6. Which is going to be... So it's going to be you.
Hasn't rolled yet.
Oh, Dasonie hasn't rolled yet? Oh, I didn't see that.
I always roll last. I do always roll last. But I got a 7!
Damn it!
But you got a 7, which is even awesomer because you weren't here last week.
No,
Or in 2 weeks. So I sure hope you watched it, at least. But, Alyssa, as Tilia, tell us what happened last time on Magi-Knights.
You know, Tilia's been having a rough go of it. And it's kind of been in like a fugue state. So she's kind of just been, following her best friend around. Not really paying attention to much that's going around her. I have no idea. All I know is that big trouble's happening. I think we finally found Lacey.
In Little China, perhaps?
No.
That was
Not
the
in Little
80s.
China.
That was the 80s, not the 90s.
This is true. But it's still a popular movie in the 90s. Definitely a cult classic.
There's big trouble in medium-sized China now.
Or maybe it's Rush Hour.
Well, I'm going to help you along, poor Tilia. Your group caught up to the cultist leader that had run away after identifying the group as Magi-Knights. And David caught him, and he revealed that, I have a master named Rahala. And that we're going to be ascending tomorrow, and you should all come and watch because it's going to be a great time. Your group kind of questioned him a little bit, found out that he's just absolutely in love with this beautiful creature that's been plaguing his mind and all of that. And they wanted you to come and watch. But instead, the next day, the group went to school. And after school, decided to go track down Lacey by David getting her name and number and address from the office. At which point, most of the group started heading in that direction. Daryl was still, in detention because that's just what he does.
Daryl.
Yeah, it's just Daryl. But the rest of you all started making your way towards Lacey's house, determined to find out where she's been hiding these boys, what's been going on, the whole shebang. Does anybody else have anything that they remember specifically from last session that you want to add to it?
Yeah, all of the arguing.
Yeah,
There
we
was quite a bit of
spent
arguing.
So much time in a phone booth.
There was a lot of time.
We did spend an
Yes, we did.
absolutely insane
There
amount of
there was an extended bit in the phone booth.
We
I
were there for
wouldn't
like
say
2
with-
hours.
I think 2 hours real time, actually.
Both 2 hours game and real time. Honestly, it's what it felt like.
Probably.
But I don't feel like it was arguing, mostly because I was correct.
Look, you can. I work in retail. You can argue with people who are incorrect. It's very easy.
No, I know. I just feel like we didn't acknowledge enough the fact that I was correct.
What were you correct about?
The fact that we should have been wasting time trying to give this girl the benefit of the doubt when she was clearly evil.
Is she evil, though? Is
We don't
she?
know that.
David certainly
Possessed.
thinks that.
We have
At
We have
best,
a-
possessed.
we have a pile of evidence the size of my goddamn house, but it's all circumstantial. Nothing is concrete.
You know, but there's smoke, there's fire. And currently there's a giant evil beam coming out of her house.
This is fair. The being is definitely evil.
Well, there's definitely something coming out of the house, which is actually kind of where we're all picking up from. Daryl, we're going to say you've just arrived in your taxi cab, and Tilia, you are had followed everybody as well. So the 5 of you are now standing together in the middle of the street, about half a block away from Lacey Beckford's house. You can all see the tall, crystalline spire sticking up from the back of a yellow house with a reddish-brown roof and a white door. The light from the setting sun glints off the tip of the bluish spire, giving it the appearance of a reddish aura around it, almost like ethereal fire. The spire seems to pulse with energy, and your soul crystals are glowing brightly now, pulsing with power in rhythm with the spire. Now, at the end of last session, you had all said that you wanted to transform together before making your way down to Lacey's house. So then, Nighty-Knights, it looks like David rolled the highest on the D20s. So, tell me, how does it look as you all transform this one last time into your Magi-Knights before facing whatever is to come?
I think we should do this the way that we've always done it and have absolutely no coordination between any of us at all on the actual sequence.
Sure, go for it.
And since I don't remember what everybody else's looked like, I'm only going to describe my own. That's fine. It's the same as always, but we're going to take it much slower. That that ethereal purple magic circle goes out and spreads out underneath David's feet as he takes kind of like half of a cat stance almost, and the like tendrils kind of wrap up and encircle before flashing with a white light, revealing the purple knight costume.
Tentacles. Oh, he's clearly.
And he calls out his phrase, of course, which is protecting those myriad hearts. The discordant Nighty-Knight. Cacophony.
Love it. And with that flash, David stands before you all in his Magi-Knight form. Next, we're going to turn to Daryl, who rolled an 11 on the D20. Daryl, tell us how it looks when you transform.
A sword appears at his hilt. A shooting star falls from the sky looking like it's going to crash into him, and then at the last second he cuts it in half as the costume goes on him that was in between inside the middle of the star, as 2 explosions from the 2 star halves go behind him. Sentai style.
Love it.
And he announces himself, power of the ancients, sword stain.
Okay. Let's turn to Iris next. Iris, how does it look when you transform?
All right. So, what happens is Iris takes out her deck of tarot cards and calls out her catchphrase, "Unveiling Starlight," as the sky seems to droop down like water around her, enveloping her. As she steps forward, she has a magical floating deck of cards that she holds in 2 hands, and wearing a silvery dress like starlight.
Love it. Okay. Next, we turn to Jasmine. Jasmine, how does it look when you transform?
Okay, so see the vision with me. She pulls out her crystal, which is a necklace. She says her catchphrase, "Shine down the night sky." As even though it's probably the middle of the day, right? The night sky.
Early evening.
Yeah, a beautiful starlit sky that makes no sense for the time of year pops out of nowhere and envelops her. She gets a battle skirt, and she armors up. The necklace turns into a headband, her wand. She slams onto the ground, and the ground also becomes a cacophony of stars. And then she just stands there like she's ready to throw a chair at somebody.
Love it. Okay, Tilia, last but not least, how does it look when you transform?
Boy. So it's very different from what it's been before. So before, it used to be these tendrils of black ichor-like smoke enveloping her, and then this bright white light shining through until it bursts apart, and she'd be standing there with white hair in her costume with the floofy skirt. But this time, it's almost like this pulse that starts deep within her chest, because she takes her pen and clicks it and holds it near her heart, and this pulse starts, and this light starts emanating from her until you're basically blinded by it.
Love it.
And then as it fades, there's almost like this this vapor, smoky vapor kind of like evaporating off of her, and there she stands with her black hair and the costume has changed colors to a dark indigo, and her pen has turned into her staff.
Very nice. Well then, Nighty-Knights. You all have prepared yourself to the best of your ability. Tilia, you actually didn't get a chance to go through the shards of power and use some of your gloom gems, unfortunately. So I'm just going to send you that. Take a look and let me know if you're wanting to grab anything. But as you're looking at that, for the rest of you, and Tilia following behind so she can have a chance to look at that. How do you approach Lacey's house? Are you boldly heading in that direction? Do you want to take it a little more stealthily? The Wanderer is standing there, flying, I should say, next to you all, and he says, "This is your last chance before we face whatever this is that's over there. So let's be prepared. Let's be smart about how you want to do this." So, Nighty-Knights, what is your plan while approaching this house that now has this ethereal crystal spire sticking out from the back of it?
I
Is
pull
there a
a
chair
small
nearby?
vial out from my pockets,
Yeah.
hold it towards my face, and click it twice. It's breath spray.
Hold your horses, lover boy.
I got to make sure my breath be smelling fine.
Jeez.
It's gonna be so sad when I punch her in the face.
Did we get a long rest between?
Yes, you have.
Okay, cool. Okay. So, where would it say how many shards I have?
Wherever you wrote
You
it
would have
down.
had. You would have had around 76, the same as
Oh,
the
the
rest
gloom
of us.
gems. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You use gloom gems in order to buy the shards of power. If you're looking on the PDF, it'd be page 67 is where you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Yeah, so
Well-
you can get quite a few of them. I will remind you, you can only have one of any type. So you can only have one shard of purification, one shard of clarity, one shard of tenacity, whatever.
Mm.
The type doesn't matter, like the greater, lesser, whatever.
So, if I got, let's say, like a where is it? Shard of like mending or whatever, a greater shard of mending, I wouldn't be able to get a lesser one or get
Correct.
a higher one?
Correct. You can only have one of that type.
Jesus.
So get the biggest one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll grab Shard of the Magi-Knight.
I will say that the shard of the Magi-Knight is priceless. That's not one that's for sale.
Ah, got you. Okay.
Yeah, the
So
last
what's
three
the
on
highest
there.
level I can get?
The highest level you can get is level 8, the Shard of Fate. That costs 40 gloom gems. Anything below that you can get
Where does it say the cost?
at the very
So,
end. It's on
the
page
far right.
67.
Yeah, the far right, it has 4 glooms, 8 glooms, 12 glooms. That's how many gloom gems you need. There's the current. Earn the business of gloominess, man.
Right.
We're doing it for the gloomy guys, for the gloomy.
Yeah, we've actually been the villains all along.
It's true.
We just didn't know it.
Honestly, that would make sense for. Oh,
That would actually, yeah. Yeah, that would make a bit more sense.
But wait, I'm sorry.
they've been
Dasonie
hinting
has
pretty
been
heavily
the
at that.
villain all along. Because she's tried to kill us several times.
Listen, accidental manslaughter isn't villainous. My propensity for violence, my propensity for avoiding the police, that's where you should be worried.
But for right now, as Tilia, you're going through all those. You can just text it to me which ones you're taking. How are you wanting to approach Lacey's house? You can still see that spire. It's actually growing a little bit bigger in the time that it's taken you to transform.
Okay.
So how are you wanting to
I'm in a
approach?
hurry. I'm not stealthy.
Yeah, I don't think
We
we
don't
have time for
that.
me
Yeah.
kicking down the door.
Okay,
So the spire's in the backyard, right?
correct.
The house is closer to us.
The house is at this point you're about half a block away. If you hurry, it's going to take you like maybe less than a minute to get over there.
Okay.
Is it one of those suburb situations with an open backyard, or do they have a fence?
They actually do have a fence. It's a short wooden fence about waist high or so that you can see past. At the angle you're at right now, you can see like there's a tree and a few bushes in her front yard and like a bush to the side of her house. Well, you know what? Why don't I just go ahead and show you on the map?
Ooh.
You're getting fancy.
Oh no. They have a fence. I think that's what I'd call offensive.
Ba-bum.
Can I side with Lacey, actually?
What kind of vehicle is that in the driveway?
It appears to be, just a Ford Focus. Nothing too exciting.
You know what we have to do, right?
No.
Put me behind the
Deal.
wheel.
Crash
Yeah.
that bitch into that bitch.
No. Wait.
Yes.
What are you talking about when you say that?
Drive the
Let's
car.
run her
into
down
the
with the
crystal.
car.
No,
Run her
drive the-
down with the
Drive the
car.
car into the crystal.
Oh,
Look.
that's not a bad idea. Let's try a potentially less destructive way first, though.
Look,
I feel
while I am opposed to hitting her with the car, you know that car's gonna get wrecked. Because the
yeah, like
so
the
far,
car's gonna get fucked anyway.
so far
Yeah.
we have a 100% track record of destroying cars that appear in scenes.
So I say we use it to our advantage and take her out with the car.
Let's see if we can hotwire it first.
Remember, kids, don't try any of this at home.
Or
Kids.
do.
You think we've got kids watching us?
This is definitely a mature channel.
I'm from Milwaukee. The Kia boys are a thing. They're already stealing. The kids are already stealing cars from the city I'm from.
Oh, jeez. All right.
But
Yeah, let's go see
yeah.
if we can hijack that.
so
Yeah, I'm
your
with him.
your group is running towards the house, intending to head straight for the Ford Focus. Is that what I'm hearing?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I call driving.
I'm not getting.
David, what are your thoughts on this as you see Daryl and Jasmine starting to run towards the car?
I'm not getting in that goddamn thing.
I only
That's
crashed 3 times.
That is a statistically terrible idea.
I've only crashed the car 3 times.
I've only seen you in a car 3 times.
That's true. That's. I have crashed it 100% of the times that I've driven it on this stream.
So what kind of a roll is it to hotwire this sucker?
Well, that's an interesting question. There's a lot involved in that, I suppose.
Damn. Because it is engineering.
It's purity, but you have to roll a 1.
Yep, that's it exactly. So your group starts making your way towards the car, intending to try to hotwire it or something. Now, as you approach the house, it's hard not to reflect that, apart from the crystal spire sticking out from the back, the house's outward appearance is fairly typical and ordinary. there's that Ford Focus in the driveway, like I said, a rolled up newspaper on the front porch. There's a flower garden beneath a bay window in the front of the house, and a few unkept shrubberies in the slightly overgrown front lawn with a short wooden fence that's kind of blocking up the back driveway. The closer you're getting to that area, the more you begin to hear a soft, soft from your perspective, but the fact that you can hear this means it's fairly loud. A chuckle, a laugh, a deep, full belly laugh coming from the backyard. You go making your way up towards the car. Go ahead, feel free to move your tokens at this point as you're making your way towards the car.
Right, but most important things first.
Mm-hmm.
Didst thou say there was a shrubbery?
There are indeed shrubberies, quite a few of them. You passed a couple of them, and they are unkempt, as though they were at one point like fairly topiarily maintained and sculpted and that sort of thing. But it looks like they haven't really been touched in quite some time. It's almost as though like they kind of just gave up on keeping the yard kept up with the rest of the neighborhood. Now the both of you make your way up to the car, and whoever reaches out to check the handle, the door is locked.
Okay.
Is there a rock by us?
Make a perception check.
Why are you looking for a rock?
What would it be, like coordination to try and coat hanger it or something?
Yeah, there is definitely going to be a roll for this.
Yeah, just tell me what the roll would be and I'll try.
Well, first you're going to have to get into the car. You're not in the car.
Right, you said the door was locked.
Look, do you?
I got a 6 to find a rock.
Okay. There are rocks nearby. Not a lot of them. They're not very big, but there are some rocks. Do you have anything that could actually pick a lock, Daryl?
No, but I have a dagger and I can just break one of the windows.
I was just gonna say.
We have weapons. We have armored. We're in an armored form. Just punch a window.
That's what I was kind of waiting for you to get to. Like,
Sure. I just figured since it was the 90s that all the locks are usually those ones where you could just jig in with a coat hanger or something similar.
Yeah,
maybe if you know how to do that. If you know.
Jess is gonna take a gauntleted hand and
Alright,
smash
break
a
the
window.
This one's got the.
So yes, you could absolutely like jerry rig a coat hanger to do that if you had a coat hanger and that sort of thing. But Jasmine's just like, oh, I don't need this, and punches the window.
Yeah.
Make me an attack roll.
What am I attacking with?
Just make a strength roll.
Can I use my weapon? Can I use the dagger?
Yeah, you can use your dagger. Just make an attack with it. Is all I'm saying.
Okay.
As long as you don't roll a 1, you're gonna break the window.
19.
Yeah, absolutely. You pull out something, a dagger, or whatever, smash it down onto the window. The window shatters and breaks. With that loud crash, you hear that laughter sound stop.
I quickly try to hotwire the car.
Okay, you open the door after unlocking it, climb inside, get underneath, and start pulling out wires. This is probably going to be I would say a STEM check.
I knew it.
I will assist if I can.
How are you going to assist?
Backseat driving.
Like I said, her head is underneath the console of the car. She's pulling out wires.
Okay. I know how you can do this. If you don't mind an interjection.
Throw it in. Go for it.
The owner's manual is in the glove compartment.
Yeah. I'll look in there, I guess.
Yeah.
See if there's... They're not going to have any information about hot wiring the car, but they'll have information about which color of wire is what.
Yeah, it'll have information about what does what to repair it.
So, I'll read that off as she's going.
Sure, why not? Go ahead and roll with advantage, Jasmine.
Those are some good single digits right there. Two of my favorites.
Yeah, unfortunately with that 8, Daryl's sitting over your shoulder reading this off to you. This wire does this wire does that, and you're just slamming them together, trying to do what you've seen in cop dramas on TV.
I'm trying to think of a way where I can get this car to start.
Well, the moment that as you're working on that, and you're trying for a few minutes at least, as he's trying to sit there and explain this to you, you hear... Well, hear...
While they're doing that, though...
Uh-huh.
Iris was checking the door, seeing if anybody was inside.
Okay. The door, while that's going on, because let's backtrack a little bit. Iris, you go up and you check the door. The door is also locked.
Mm-hmm. So I'm knocking on it. I'm saying it, trying to get somebody's attention.
Okay. You're knocking on it as Daryl's... this is about the time Daryl's reading all that information out to Jasmine. Tilia, what are you doing during this?
I'm gonna keep a lookout. Make sure, that nobody's gonna be bothering or, get curious about why there's a bunch of teenagers gathered around this car.
Are you staying down at the far end? Because right now your token is just down at the end of the street, kind of just place where you're at. And as you're, kind of looking, trying to see if anybody's watching and that sort of thing. David, what are you doing in this moment?
David is ignoring all of that and is actually going for the objective. He's kind of made his way over this way and is looking, over in this direction, kind of seeing what's going on with that big old spire.
Okay. So you're making your way around that side, at least, to see what's going on. And as you're making your way around the shrubbery towards the back of the house, you can see that there's a gate on this side, right over here, just a simple wooden gate. And you also notice that there was one on the other side, too. Iris, at the same time, you're knocking on the door, calling, asking if anyone's there. Daryl and Jasmine are arguing about which wire goes on which thing. And you hear a voice coming from the right side of the house, the far side opposite of where you are, David. You hear, Nighty-Knights. You're all earlier than expected. But that is all right. My mistress, Ralahasha, welcomes you to her grand ascension. You can now, those of you who are stand up and look, you can see that the man who's speaking is kind of leaning over the gate to the far side over here. He's kind of leaning on it. He's robed. Last time you saw him, he was wearing jeans and a leather jacket and a hoodie. This time he's wearing full black and purple robes that just draped from head to toe. His head is still covered like it was the last time you saw him, but that voice is, without a doubt, the same man you encountered last night. Or the previous night, I should say. He continues on by saying, "It will not be long now. The stage has been set, and all the pieces are in place. Your classmate, that poor, lonely princess, has done quite well in collecting all that we need." You do have a second to react when you're hearing this, at the very least.
Excuse me, sir. Could you try to sound less like a pedophile?
Yeah, it is good. Doesn't pops her head from underneath something like.
I don't know what plane of existence you come from, but round here, that's creepy.
It is giving I touched little girls.
You call these things out towards the cultist, and he just says, "Oh, Daryl, you are such a bore, aren't you? You were lucky the last time you encountered my master, and you certainly do talk a lot. But remember how."
Listen to your voice.
Honestly,
Hey, you're evil, right?
You calling that from around the side of the house?
Yeah.
really?
You can't see him. You actually can't see the man at all from your perspective, but you can hear him as he's chuckling. Good, evil, such mundane concepts.
Do I need
My
line of sight to
master.
cast a spell?
What's that?
Do I need line of
Generally.
sight to cast a spell?
You do not, unfortunately, right now.
Can I explode him?
Long start on the giant crystal.
You don't have, well, you can see the tip of it, and it's been growing steadily this entire time that you've been over by the car. You look up towards it now thinking, can I hit that thing? And you definitely have a line of sight on it at an angle, but there's something else you notice now that you're closer. You can see that the crystal itself, when you originally thought was just wreathed by the glow from the sun, in the dimming light you can now see that spectral fiery chains seem to be wrapped around the thing entirely. And it's hard to see from your angle, but you're pretty sure you can see hands manacled to the side of it, at least on one side. Like you can see a hand poking out there. You can see the manacle around the wrist lashed to the top of this crystal.
Alright, nobody else is saying it, so I will. If that crystal keeps growing for more than 4 hours, see a doctor.
Oh my gosh.
I don't get it.
Pretty sure that wasn't the thing in the early 90s.
Sure, Smiling Bob and whatever the hell that erection medicine was called.
Yeah, no, it totally was. If you stayed up until like 4 a.m., it was.
Okay, fair enough.
But also, I explode this man.
Okay, well, then let's go ahead and just start things off by having everyone roll for initiative.
Yeah, no talk, let's
Don't
fight.
forget to click your character.
Yes, please click your character before you roll for initiative.
Okay. We'll wait until I see the thing.
Shit. Of course! Of course! The one time I roll, like...
I hear the sounds of bitterness, so I think someone rolled well.
Why are you rolling 5d20?
I clicked the wrong button.
What button automatically rolls 5d20s?
On the advanced dice roller, you have to click out of the
No
little
token
thing.
is
and
selected. Oh, I'm on the ruler. God damn it.
It is.
Can we focus on the 10 I rolled? I don't deserve this.
You do though.
We focused
No,
on the
don't.
5 I rolled. Hey, Matt.
Yeah,
I have vigilant foresight, so it wasn't doing my initiative correctly. So can you add that to? My token.
What do I need to add to it?
Just make it a 10. I had to hand do mine because I have the thing that lets you add your wisdom and dex modifier to initiative score.
Okay, so you said you rolled a 10?
Total of 10.
Gotcha.
Sadly, even with a +5 modifier when you roll a 5.
Gotcha in.
Thank you.
Now bear with me 1 second as I'm finishing this up.
This is equally intense and creepy music. Good job, Matt.
Thank you. I'm glad you like it.
Very
Really
disconcerting,
good
yes.
most moments.
Jasmine, what did you roll?
Oh, I got a 10.
Thank you. Is anybody not in initiative order?
It's giving very much space opera.
All the people chained to the crystal.
Lacey.
Well, they might be there. You just don't know yet.
Roll initiative for each individual crystal shard.
Yes, each individual crystal shard. Well, let's start things off. And the moment you all decided to start being aggro, like David, you were looking for that angle, but you just didn't have it. But you were preparing yourself. Everyone feels that in that moment they're preparing, but it seems to come up at Tilia is the first able to react. So Tilia, tell me, what do you want him to do?
I am gonna... Jeepers.
Just to give you a little more information, the house itself is 15 feet tall to the lowest point of the roof there on the edge. It is 25 feet in total to the center point of it, which you can see on the map.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna move and use my action to dash.
Okay, go for it. As you were jumped out of the tree and were running in that direction, you did catch sight of the cultist in the robes, the one that you had all talked to the previous evening, who is still just kind of, leaning up against the fence as he was talking to you all. Do you have anything else you'd like to do for a bonus action, Tilia?
Yeah, can I just... no, that would be an action. Never mind. Nope, I got nothing.
Okay. Well, with that, you hear the cultist's voice, and he seems to be just laughing and mocking you all a little bit. And he's saying, "Oh, what a treat this is. And to think this all started as nothing more than a wish. A wish that was offered upon a falling star. A child, lonely and alone, begged that someone would love her. Oh, how sad. But that was enough. Enough for my master to hear her words and to answer. And here she is. The most beautiful creature that has ever lived. A perfect porcelain-like mask of beauty. With the most pure black abyssal eyes set in that flawless alabaster visage. Gaze upon her perfection and despair, mortals, for she is Ralahaya of the dying light." And as he's saying this, you all can't help but look up. Those of you who can see him, look, and he points upward towards the roof of the house there. And as you all look, you can see crawling up to this very top of the spire of the house, this, which I'm going to show you now.
Whoa.
Well, I guess Lacey is less ugly.
The creature, the creature that you can see seems humanoid from the top, but vastly different from there. The creature you see sways back and forth quickly on 6 long spider-like legs that protrude out from a bulbous abdomen, quite reminiscent of the husk creature you had encountered out in the woods. Its long torso has a vaguely feminine shape, with slender shoulders and arms that end in spindly fingers. You also can't help but notice the rusted scissors adorning the fingers of her left hand, and that seem to screech with anticipation. Red strings are draped over her right hand, and her soulless black, doll-like eyes stare down at you all with excitement, or possibly anticipation. Behind her, you can see a small doll, no more than 2 feet in tall, floating, levitating behind her. This doll, however, it also has a female form that you can vaguely see, and it's wearing a regal black ball gown, complete with its own princess tiara. Those of you who have met Lacey before recognize that the doll does bear a lot of similarities to Lacey Beckford. The face is the same, the hair is the same, poofy and brown, but the large brown eyes of the doll seem vacant and mournful, and you can see tears freely flowing from the corners of the doll's eyes. And there she is on the map.
Oh, jeez.
Let's see here.
Please don't hurt me.
All those mean things I said about Lacey, I take back, actually.
What's that?
Didn't mean it. All those mean things I said about Lacey, I take back. Didn't mean any of them.
Somebody get their can raid.
She's a great girl, actually. Love her a lot.
As she's gazing down, she looks at the two of you, Daryl and Jasmine, the ones that have been calling out mocking insults, and she smiles as she focuses toward you, Daryl. Her hand reaches out, and from her right hand, those red ribbons seem to shoot towards you, whipping around and coming straight for you. That should not have been at advantage, so that's an 8, which is a failure. You breathe a sigh of relief as those ribbons come flying past your head and pulled back, barely missing you. But then she sends her arm out again as a bonus action, and they come flying past you towards Jasmine. I assume a 19 hits.
You know, just barely.
Just barely. You take 6 points of bludgeoning damage as these ribbons start wrapping around you. I'm going to need you to roll either a strength or a dexterity saving throw.
Dice, don't fail me now. An 8.
Unfortunately, with an 8, these ribbons seem to wrap around your body, restraining your arms and legs, and it begins pulling you upward into the air just a little bit.
Please, I think she just looks like, please, don't make me boring. Don't make me boring like your last victim.
Well, just so you know, when you are restrained, looking up the condition real quick.
I'm guessing I can't cast any spell attacks back at her, right?
Yeah, so when you're restrained, your move is reduced to 0 as long as you have this condition. You cannot cast spells or make it. You cannot cast spells, and you make attacks with disadvantage. You have disadvantage on any rolls to resist physical. As a standard action, you can attempt an opposed roll to break free of the source that's restraining you. And you can do that on your turn. If you are physically restrained, both sides choose either athletics or acrobatics for the skill. If you're magically restrained, you would use your mysticism. But for this, you are. It is a physical thing. Okay, so that's what's going on with you right now, Jasmine. And then she just giggles and laughs at this.
Excuse me.
I know you're supposed to be like the beautiful one, but like, did you pick that hair or were you born with it? Because that's a choice.
Well, Iris, you're up next. Iris, are you with us?
Am I muted?
Yes.
Oh, shoot. Alright, so what Iris is going to do is she is going to pull out one of her cards. She is going to cast what is it called? It's a empowered element. It's the transformation spell, so I get more damage whenever I'm dealing damage physically. And I believe that's an action because it doesn't say it's not.
Yeah, that is an action to cast.
Yeah, I believe that's an action, so I think that's the majority of my turn right there is casting that spell. 3d4 plus my magic if I so choose whenever I'm dealing physical damage.
Indeed.
And for good measure, I will do the speedy spell thing with the beam.
Okay, beam as a bonus action.
Invoking the arrow card to hit.
Whenever you use a bonus action to cast a spell, it does hit like normal, however it does half damage. So we just roll the damage and take it by half. A 19 will hit.
And I was targeting scary what's-her-face.
The giant spider-like creature?
I was targeting Chrysanthemum.
Absolutely.
Alright. So, let's see. That would have been a 15, but it looks like it's 7.
7 points of damage. You cast your spell, the beam goes flying through the air, striking into the spider-like creature that's up on the roof of the building. Now, when that happens, you hear a loud cry from behind her. Male voices. They're hard to recognize, but you're pretty sure at least one of those voices you heard is a voice you've heard before. Possibly in the hospital. Oh, wait a minute. No, you never actually heard that voice.
I
But-
probably heard that voice.
Daryl did. And the moment you hit the spider, that's when you heard that scream.
Good to know. And with that, that's my action, bonus action, Pasa la boca.
Okay. With that, it is now, well, that poor little doll that you see floating over the spider creature seems to be floating there. It rises upward, and you notice that it seems to be looking down on you mournfully, woefully, crying there. It hovers, floating, and you can see it there.
Oh shoot.
The odd thing is, it doesn't do anything in that moment. It seems to be just crying, looking at you almost mournfully, as though, like, in a begging sort of way. But other than that, it just floats there behind her. But you can also hear, from behind the house, sounds of shuffling and calls. Voices saying, "The master is being attacked!" 5, 10...
Oh, she's not being attacked. She's actually quite comfortable, I think. She's just getting ready for a nap.
Iris, from your position, you can see just behind the lead cultist a group of more men and women, all wearing red robes, beginning to come out from behind the house. You've seen individuals like this before. In fact, you faced off against some in the gorge not far from Blockbuster Video. And they do not seem happy that you took a shot at their leader.
To be fair, she took a shot at us first.
It's true. That is true.
We kind of don't have the moral high ground whenever we're constantly making fun of her, though, so there's that.
That is also true. However, as you're kind of reflecting on that thought, a barrage of flames comes shooting out through the air towards you. But at 9, you're far too dexterous, and you dodge back out of the way, doing one of those Matrix moves as the flames just go shooting over you. Fortunately, they missed.
Unfortunately, I think you mean very fortunately.
Fortunately for you, they missed. Next off, your group, as you're looking there, you can see another group starting to float upward over the roof. And this one is very odd, because your eyes kind of go up to it, and you see 4 wooden statues, or no, they're dolls in fact, floating towards you over the roof. Each one is dressed in some garb that three of which actually look like contrast uniforms, while the 4th just seems to be jeans and a muscle shirt. But the closer they get to you, all of you are very clearly able to see that each of these 4 dolls resembles the 4 boys who had disappeared, who had been infatuated with Lacey and subsequently disappeared. You recognized one of them looking like Anthony and Carson and Levi and Mark as well. The 4 dolls look like, but smaller, only about 2 feet tall. They seem to float around the roof of the house. Getting to right there. This group of 4 seems to move in unison, and as they come around, all 4 of them seem, their heads, the wooden heads, just seem to look and turn towards you all. Out of curiosity, who has the highest charisma out of the 5 of you? Can't hear you, Iris.
Not me.
Definitely not Iris. She has a -2.
Well,
Same.
Does anybody have...
like a very charismatic group.
Yeah, does anybody have higher than a 12?
15.
A 10?
My charisma's 15.
Oh, 15. Okay. Jasmine. You're currently restrained and held by the ribbons that came off the spider-like creature. But then, as you're looking there, your eyes catch sight of one of those dolls. This doll appears to have its mouth sewn shut.
Oh, shit.
And... Oh, sorry, no, that's the wrong one. This one, the doll. Sorry, that's not that one. It's the one whose this one's eyes are gouged out, and blood seems to be trickling down the doll's face. And your eyes lock with those bloody, hollow orbs, and then your eyes go black. You now have the blinded condition, as well as being restrained. Yeah.
No saving throw?
No saving throw. This just happens. Next, the second doll, the one that I said.
This is a beast mode all over again.
This one had its mouth is sewn shut, Who has the highest MP total of everyone?
100% me.
Yeah.
Okay.
24. Yeah, I'm.
Can anybody beat 24? Yeah? Okay.
Twice as much as me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's almost 3 times as mine.
This doll, it focuses directly towards you, David. Your eyes can't help but lock with it, and you see those sewn lips. And you try to open your mouth, but it's like that scene in The Matrix when like he moves and his mouth is like sealed over by skin.
That's
You-
creepy.
Yeah, you have the silenced condition now.
How dare you?
Was it silent or silenced?
Okay.
How dare you take out the mage in this way?
Well, it gets worse. It gets worse. The third doll. This doll appears to look like Levi, the big muscle-bound bodybuilder. But his arms are withered and brown and hanging there lifelessly. Who has the highest strength score?
Oh, definitely not me.
Definitely not me. I got a 9.
16.
Okay.
Also, this is really breaking the convention of hear no evil, speak no evil, see no evil.
It does, doesn't it? Isn't that crazy?
What's the fourth one then?
Well, we're about to find out. But, Iris, you feel your arms begin to weaken, your legs begin to feel lethargic. Your soul weapon feels heavier in your hand. It now has the weapon quality Inaccurate Plus. So, whenever you attack with your weapon, if you roll a 9 or less on just the die, you automatically miss.
Miss, yeah.
Mhm.
I remember that.
That's right. So I'm actually going to put notes here to remember who's who. But the last one, Mark's doll. You can recognize it is Mark. However, his ears have been cut off and are missing, and blood seems to be trickling down the side of the doll's cheeks. This one, however, does not seem to be doing anything. It's floating there, looking between each of the Magi-Knights, but does not do anything else.
Cool.
So let's see. So that is Jasmine who's blinded. David who's silenced. And Iris who's got the weapon quality Inaccurate. And all of you just can't help but sit there for a moment and you feel a deep level of just pure terror clutching your heart. This is not going to be as easy as you thought it would be.
Who thought this was gonna be easy?
Yeah, like, I don't know who walked up in here and was like, it's gonna be a real cut fight. We're really doing this. We're gonna be doing numbers.
But, David, your lips cannot move. You cannot open your mouth at all. But it is your turn. So what would you like to do?
Alright.
Held action until I can take out the one that's silencing you?
Regret not taking the Shard of Purification.
Shoot! That would have been really helpful.
Yeah.
For one round.
Yeah. Oh, what's a roll to remove a condition? Or is there one for this?
You're muted.
I say, is he muted or is he talking
Sorry.
to the audience?
I'm sorry, I was muted. You asked if there's a roll you can make to remove the condition, and the answer is no. There is not.
Okay. I only asked because Shard of Purification specifically references next roll to remove any condition.
That is
So I
true.
didn't know if there was
And in some abilities that there is that, like certain things you can roll at the end of each round to try to remove. This, however, that's affecting you does not have that.
Okay, so this right here is an issue.
Yes.
If
You think to
fight
yourself.
tissue, here's a tissue.
Okay, alright. David leaps to the roof right about here.
You can get up to that with your action as a Magi-Knight, so it's just, that 10 feet or 15 feet.
He is now 100% all in on just fucking everything up, because this is some nonsense. He points at Dasonie and the car, and then points to the corner of the house with all those dolls on it.
I can't see.
Oh, you can't see? Oh, fuck.
You're motioning
Do not
towards
believe this will
Jasmine.
impair your driving based on track record.
So, like, you're looking at Jasmine and you're motioning because you can't talk, and Jasmine, her eyes are just black. There's nothing there.
I'm also being tied by ribbons and held in the air.
Yeah, you're wrapped by ribbons and held about 5 feet in the air.
Look, there's somebody else standing there, too.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. That's
You
true.
Go do it.
But, David, it's your turn. You used 15 feet of movement so far. What are you wanting to do?
I suggest doing the held action with explosion. I will try and take care of the one that is silencing you, and then you can explode the rest of them.
Yes.
Or I suppose Tilly
okay.
could also do that.
How specific can I set my prepared action?
I prefer specificity.
Well, can I, can I make if-then statement?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, alright.
Called a theorem action.
I will remind you one thing though, is that if you're holding an action to cast a spell and you do not cast the spell, it still uses the MP.
Okay, I have enough MP between my pool, my potent shard of, whatever, clarity or whatever.
Like I said, you can do whatever you want.
and
I'm
the
just
energy-
letting you know.
I have enough MP to cast 30 spells this combat, so I'm not worried about it.
That's fair.
Yeah, no, I'll do that. That's fine.
Okay. Holding.
Okay. Oh no. Here. If the silence condition ends, then explosion on the group. If condition does not end by the beginning of my next turn, dash over directly next to the horde.
And unfortunately, you can only hold one action. So you can choose to hold the spell, it's ready to go off, or you can choose to hold the dash action, ready to go. But you can't hold two different actions.
Oh, I thought I could do if-thens. Okay.
Well, if then, yes, for one thing, but not if then for multiple things.
I guess that is an if not. Oh well.
So which one are you holding?
Oh my god.
Well,
You know what?
We have both Tilia and me who could try and beam it. And I don't know if Tilia also has explosion. We also have
You know what?
explosion.
I do not.
Oh, okay. We only
Yeah.
have one person with explosion.
I'm
That's
so
fine.
nice.
I will. Yeah, I'll hold action on explosion. On, to be specific, on this group.
Fair enough. Okay. they're actually facing this group at its worst, most difficult phase or possibilities. So I'm giving him a little leeway. Okay, sounds good. After David, we have Jasmine. Jasmine, you are blind. You have no idea what's around you, but you can feel yourself being held aloft 5 feet in the air by these ribbons that's wrapped around your arms and legs and is kind of holding you mummy-like in the air. You can try to break out of it.
Acrobatics roll.
Okay, you're going to make a which roll?
Acrobatics.
Sounds good. That's a opposed acrobatics check. Actually...
Coraline hasn't come out, right?
What hasn't come out?
Coraline.
Coraline? I don't. I think that came out in the early 2000s.
Yeah, that definitely was not a 90s.
Yeah, that was like...
The book was probably out, though.
True.
It's a book?
Yeah, it is a book originally.
Coraline, according to the back of this DVD, came out in 2009.
There you go. So maybe the book, you may have read the book. I think the book came out quite a bit earlier than that. But still, you rolled an 18. Rissy, or Chrysanthemum, rolled a 13. So you are able to wiggle yourself and get yourself free as your action and drop down to the ground underneath where those ribbons were. So that was your action to do so.
Can I cast Beam as a bonus action, since it'll hit but do half damage?
Well, you can, but there is some issues with that. Since you are blind, you are unable to see and cannot take part in combat maneuvers or squad formations, obviously. Your attacks and roll to resist physical or disadvantage. Any skill check that would require sight as part of it is rolled with disadvantage. Your area of attack spells are always considered off target, even if your attack is successful. So, let's see. So yeah, it just looks like you can try to attack. You're going to be attacking with disadvantage.
Why don't I roll to hit with Beam again? My magic attack, basically.
You can do your beam attack as a bonus action. However, like I said, you're blinded, so you don't know what you're hitting. What are you aiming towards?
I'm aiming toward Chrysanthemum.
Okay. So go ahead and roll your beam attack at disadvantage.
Two nat 20s, 2 nat 20 back.
Nope.
7?
Nope. A 7 is definitely not enough. Blinded as you are, you aim in the direction you last saw Chrysanthemum and fire, and you just hear the beam go phew.
Back.
You still have movement if you want to use it.
I'll do the Magi-Knight jump and jump 15 feet on the roof.
Well, so...
Blinded?
Wow.
Yeah. Well, blinded?
Bate!
Okay, you know what?
It's more, she runs straight forward and jumps, and then she...
No, I dig this. I dig where you're going with this. What I want you to do is make an acrobatics check with disadvantage. Because you're blinded.
An 8.
So, Jasmine goes running off as fast as she can, pushing past Daryl, probably shoulder checking him in the process, jumps, completely misjudges the angle because, you know, you're blind, and you Wile E. Coyote into the front of her garage door. Smash! Go ahead and make for me a dexterity saving throw.
I don't deserve this.
Who might deserve this?
I've been nothing but kind to the masses.
Well, you rolled a 15 for your dex saving throw, which is enough, so you're not going to take the full damage. You're only going to take 1 point of damage as you smack your head against the side of her garage, and you get a little bit of a bloody nose.
How's it feel?
Closer to a touch of a woman than you'll ever feel.
Oh, vicious.
Yo, Mama touched me pretty close last night.
I feel like we already went through this joke line.
Probably.
So,
but since when have we ever backed down from a bad idea?
well, Daryl, it is your turn now. After just watching Jasmine face plant into a freaking side of a house, what would you like to do?
All right. So the Magi-Knights jump counts as part of our movement.
Yes.
Okay, then I can get up to about here. So I've only got 30 feet. And then those probably wouldn't be considered mortal minions. And I don't think I can dash as a bonus action, so I will just cast the Elemental Transformation.
Okay. Casting the Elemental Transformation on your weapon to get a bit more damage.
Yep.
Okay. That's it for Daryl. And at the bottom of the order is the cultist who kind of announced Chrysanthemum's presence, or Ralaya. He stands up and, kind of dusts his hands off as he says, "Well, since you don't want to have a conversation before the ascension, I suppose we'll just have to get down and dirty."
You already sound dirty enough for the both of us.
Okay. He is gonna kind of climb over the fence. I'm gonna give him an extra 5 feet of movement for doing that. And then move 15, 20 feet to right about there. And Iris, he looks directly at you.
Please don't.
Oh yes, he's going to. And he shoots a shadow bolt at you. But that's an 8, so that's a failure.
I am so grateful for 8s. The second 8 that's missed me, I'm grateful. If there's a third one, I demand my name be changed to Crazy 8s.
Well, his initiative is 8. Does that count?
Maybe.
Okay, Crazy 8. Well, that's it for Koi's turn. So, getting back to the top of the order, it is 8:30. So, why don't we go ahead and take our break? We'll be back in about 10 minutes, folks. And when we return, we're going to get into the meat of this fight. So, stay tuned.
Just don't antagonize him, guys. He's out to kill us.
This is true. And we're back.
Regardless of whether we antagonized him or not.
This is true.
Well, we'll see what happens with that. But starting things off at the top of the order, we have Tilia, who's had a bit of an interesting morning so far, or evening, I should say. But yeah. So, Tilia, what are you wanting to do?
Ban that bitch from this world.
Okay.
You're kind of low. tell you.
This better?
Yes.
Okay. I just need to eat my microphone. It's fine.
If we hear crunching sounds, then we'll know why.
Okay. I'm gonna move, so 5, 10, 15, 20. And then you said it's 15 feet up, right?
It is 15 feet up.
Yeah. Okay, so I don't have enough movement left to jump. Unless I go back one, and then I'll have enough movement to jump.
And you could certainly do that. Jump up there right next to Daryl.
I don't want to get that close to Creepy McGee up there.
So you're tucked right up against the side of that house, probably right next to the front door, in fact.
Yeah. If there, I would like to, kind of, be duck walking if there are any windows or anything.
There are, imagine a front door. There's, two really thin, maybe a foot wide window on either side of it. And then over here by these flowers, right there, there is a very large bay window in front of that. The curtains are drawn, so you can't see beyond that, but it is there.
Okay. Yeah, fuck it. I'm just gonna beam them.
Okay. From where you're standing right now, you can see those, at least 2 of the floating dolls, right over there.
Yeah.
You can also see the cultist right there that just threw a big old black bolt at somebody.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out. We need more people.
Go for
in
the
this fight.
dolls.
Yeah, we need more people in this.
Go for the speak no evil doll.
Yeah, get rid of the one that's stopping to bleed from explosion.
No evil doll. Which one's got the sound mouth?
The 2 that you can see, the one right here is the one that doesn't have any ears.
Okay.
And the one next to it that you can also see is the one that has the withered arms. The other 2 you can't really see from the angle you're standing at.
Awesome. Okay.
Now, if you're on the roof, you'd be able to see all 4 of them, but...
Yeah. Could I jump off the roof as a bonus action?
Unfortunately, no, you don't have an ability that could, move as a bonus action. You can use your action to move and a bonus action to shoot, and you'd be able to do that economy that way.
That's true, but then I'd only be doing half damage.
That's true.
We don't know how much damage these suckers take.
Alright, fuck it. Go back once I have enough to jump up onto the roof with just my movement.
Okay.
Now that I can see all 4, which one's got the damn mouth closed?
That would be that one there, the one at the far end, yes.
Alrighty.
Knew it.
He's getting beamed. Hopefully. 18.
Yes, yeah, that's the one that has the mouth sewn shut.
Cool. Alright, the one with the mouth sewn shut is getting beamed.
Okay. An 18 does hit.
15 points force damage.
You aim and fire, and the beam flies true, going straight towards the doll of Carson. The moment it's about to hit, in the corner of your eye, you can see that floating doll that's flying right behind Chrysanthemum raise a hand upward. And in that last moment, a barrier kind of forms right in front of the doll, deflecting part of the damage.
That's all I got.
How much damage is part of the damage? Is that like half of it?
From a mechanical standpoint, that would probably be half, yes.
Probably.
You do still have a bonus action, Tilia, if you want to use it.
Shoot it again.
So which doll? The Lacey doll is the one that did that?
The Lacey doll is the one that raised its hand and deflected the damage away, yes. Or at least part of the damage away.
Even with my shard, I'm only going to be able to cast 6 spells.
Well, it's up to your decision then.
Yeah, it's up to you, Tilia, if you want to use your bonus action or not. I'm just giving you the opportunity.
No, that's it.
Okay. That's it for your turn. Next, we have Chrysanthemum, or the Dying Light. And I'm going to butcher that name every time I say it.
Just say it different every time.
Yeah, pretty much.
Raleigh.
One of these times it's gonna be alive.
Well, no, you have to speak it kind of whispered, like that, like the other guy did.
Oh, I was thinking more like shouting at a sports game. Rah rah sis boomba.
Wait, you could say it like a Dovahkiin shout, couldn't you?
Good luck with that.
It just sounds like
What?
Farfel to me.
Yeah.
It's like the RL that's just like, how do you even pronounce that?
Okay.
By slapping another vowel in there.
Okay, so as it stands there, it looks towards Tilia, you, and Daryl. And it says, you're here to play, aren't you? It's time to play, Daryl. I've been waiting for this. As it comes clamoring on its spindly legs towards you.
Wonderful.
It slashes out at you with its blood-stained scissor hands. And that's a 21 to hit?
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
Okay. 11 points of slashing damage. And I need you to roll a con saving throw. Roll to resist physical.
Okay, con is +1, so that's a 16 on my saving throw.
16 is a success. You dodge backwards. You do still take the full damage, but you manage to get back far enough that you do not begin bleeding out profusely.
On the other hand, I
That's an
don't
option.
think it matters because I think I only have 11 HP.
What? Do you only have 11 HP?
Maybe
I
I'm
also
wrong.
only have 11 HP.
Well, I remind you, you are at level 2 right now.
Yeah, I have a constitution of 13.
So you should have 18 health.
Oh, okay. I don't know why it says 11 on my sheet then.
Because it's calculating it D&D wise, not
Maybe.
Magi-Knight wise.
It's entirely possible. Are you looking on your Excel spreadsheet?
Yeah, it looks like there's an error.
On the very first character creation page, have you checked the box that says increase to level 2? Because
Yes.
that's what... Oh. Well, then I don't know. Because
No,
that...
it's cell 12 has a /ref error of some kind, so
Oh, okay.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I think that's what your problem here is.
Yeah.
Here. Paste this into DC 12.
Yeah, let me see if that'll actually work.
Okay. So have you figured it out?
Let me try that. There we go. Okay, that fixed it.
Okay.
And then I've just got to set my current HP lost to that, and there we go. Boom.
As it's slashing at you, the both of you, it's right up next to you now, and you're looking down at that horrific vestige of a creature. The face is porcelain like a doll with those big eyes, but that wide, jagged teeth is just terrifying. I need the both of you to make purity checks for me. As you, I think it's purity check. You're going to have to roll to resist horror.
Oh.
Well, I sure hope it's a purity.
Oh, wait a minute. No. What it is you roll a D100 and add your purity modifier.
Well, like the weekend, I'm a virgin and it gives me special powers. 62.
Uh, 38.
So, Daryl, you barely managed to resist this absolute terror of a vestige. But you fight past it, even as it slashes at you with those scissors. You don't feel the fear that Tilia, you very much feel.
Hey, lady, you might want to get your, this checked out as I gesture to her entire being.
So, Alyssa, Tilia, you gain 1 stress point and an additional 1 stress point for every 15. Oh, wow. So you actually are gaining 2 total stress points right now. You currently, while you're horrified, you currently have disadvantage on all checks and saves. Your move is reduced to 0. You cannot make attack actions, and attacks against you automatically succeed.
Yikes.
Keepers.
Now, at the end of your turn, you get to roll to resist horror again, and on a success, it removes the condition. On a failure, the condition is changed to a distressed condition, which is a lot worse. Also, as a bonus action, so everybody knows how this works, another Magi-Knight can make a leadership skill check against a specific DC, and they can replace the horrified condition. You can remove the horrified condition from one person. So anyone can do that as a bonus action.
Oh, as a bonus action. That's good to know.
Correct.
If only I had a leadership score to speak of.
However, since, Tilia, you are now horrified, the creature looks at you as it smiles, seeing the fear in your face. And so as a bonus action, it's going to make an attack against you with the same scissors. And like I said, it automatically hits. But it would have anyway with a 20.
I'm going to, as a reaction, take my Shard of Tenacity.
What's the Shard of Tenacity do as a reaction?
Before you take physical damage, as a reaction, you gain physical resistance until the end of your next turn. Afterwards, you suffer 1 exhaustion point.
Nice. Okay. So you're going to be reducing this damage by half again. I believe, is it half again, or...
I gain physical resistance.
Oh, you gain physical resistance. So yeah, that would be half. So you're taking half a half, which is only 3 points of damage. So she slashes at you again. You take 3 points of damage. I'm going to need you to roll a con saving throw, but you're going to be doing it at disadvantage because of the horrified condition. That is a failure. So you now have the bleeding 3 condition. What that means is that at the... I believe it's at the end of your turn or it's the start of your turn. Let me double check. Every move, standard, or bonus action taken by the affected creature deals X minus con mod. Okay. So what is your con modifier?
2.
2? Okay, good. That's good. So anytime until you remove this condition, every move, standard action, or bonus action is going to deal you 1 point of damage.
Okay, but I can't do any of those because I'm horrified anyway.
That's correct.
Cool. Okay, great. Awesome.
Sorry.
Afraid means you can't bleed. Apparently.
Apparently.
Good life hack.
So next time I'm just like bleeding to death, I'll just be like, I need to be afraid.
Yeah, pretty much.
If you're afraid of bleeding to death, you won't bleed to death.
There you go.
But now you've been cursed with that knowledge.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
adrenaline, baby.
Oh yeah. That's going to be it for her turn. Iris, you are up next. You've seen the creature come skittering down the roof and slashing at your 2 friends that are up there. What do you want to do?
I'm going to try and finish off the one that is doing the silencing.
Okay, looking for the one that has its lips sewn shut.
Yeah, the one in the corner over here, right?
I don't know, you tell me.
That's what I remember you saying.
Okay, roll for an attack.
Alright. Also, I can just like target the one that Tilia targeted.
Yes, you can.
A little bit easier to gauge him. Alright, so invoking the Thunder card, I will cast Beam. It is a solid 11.
Unfortunately, as you cast your beam spell, it goes flying high. The flying dowel just kind of dips low in that moment, and you miss him.
Alright. Bonus action cast again.
Bonus action cast again.
Does a 14. I'm trying to find their AC, okay?
Yeah, the 14 does actually hit.
Awesome. Nice. So it's half of that, so that's a solid 10.
That's solid 10 points of damage. Your beam goes flying towards it, and it strikes that same ethereal barrier that the beam Tilia shot at it does.
Still up.
It's still up. It looks very, very badly damaged.
So it took 5 damage.
That is your action and your bonus action.
Alright. I will then... I did not think that it was going to, just survive that regardless. Run up here. I don't have enough move to jump up.
Yep. For your movement, you go running up and stop right there in front of the door to her house. Okay. With that, it is the spectral Princess Doll's turn, who just seems to be flying kind of in the middle there between the Chrysanthemum's spider-like creature and the other dolls. The cultists in behind. You had eyes on them at one point, Iris, but you no longer can see them. But they also can't see you.
That's good. Sorry, David, I tried. I really tried to get rid of that doll.
It's fine, I have an idea.
Cool.
Okay. So, while none of you can actually see this, you are starting to hear murmured chanting come from somewhere in back.
Yeah, they're definitely trying to keep us up here.
They made one success. Okay. Okay, Iris, you see the gate to the backyard open, and more of those cultists are beginning to emerge. They walk around behind their master there, the head guy in the purple and black robes. And you're kind of the clear target down on the ground, so they are going to be sending a barrage of flames that they all begin to murmur and chant, and then 4 balls of fire come shooting out towards you.
Wonderful.
I accidentally wrote that to GM. Does a 13 hit?
Thank heavens it does not.
Okay. So that ball of joined fire that when it goes flying past you, you just jump back out of the way and it slams into the wall of the house, burning it, scorching it slightly, but not doing any real damage.
Nice.
Let's see.
Hell
Can
of a
this?
house.
I mean, there's no point.
That's fair. Only we had brought a rocket launcher to shoot down the roof.
Okay. Next off, on the Spectral Doll's turn, Tilia, you're the only one that has the horrified condition right now. I'm sorry, but you now also have the deafened condition, as the Spectral Doll of Mark focuses its eyes on you, your eyes lock, and then suddenly everything goes quiet. You can't hear a single thing.
Oh, so we can't do a leadership roll to get her out of the scare condition.
No, you can't.
My
Not anymore.
experience, hearing less makes things less scary.
So now you are bleeding, and horrified, and deaf.
Well, I'm not bleeding yet.
Well, I mean, you have the bleeding condition, is what I mean.
Yeah.
But that's it for their turn, other than they have taken a bit of damage, and so they're going to start flying backwards. 5, 10... to right about there. And they're also going to kind of fly upwards a little bit. That way they can still have clear line of sight. So they are currently 30 feet in the air.
All of the dolls.
Yeah, all 4 of the dolls are flying 30 feet above the roof currently.
Okay.
Yeah.
How far up is the Lacey doll?
It's actually only about 10 feet up. It's like hovering just at, normal height level.
Sure.
David, it's now your turn. Unfortunately, you never lost the silence condition, so go ahead and take the mana for the spell you're holding off.
That's fine. I already did.
Okay. So, what would you like to do?
Oh, that's too far. Damn it, they moved too far away.
It's almost as though they don't like getting hit by beam attacks.
Almost.
I was gonna tackle it off the roof. I guess. Okay. So, a ruling question from you.
Absolutely.
Because there's some height here.
There is some height here.
If I were to stand right here, am I adjacent to all 3 of them or just ground level? For purposes of the refraction combat form, where I can block damage from adjacent people.
Okay, so thinking 3-dimensionally, you can see kind of like the curvature of the roof where it goes up to a point. Those are higher points. So this right here, like this point there, is 30 feet off the ground. Down here would be more like about 20 feet off the ground.
Right, I'm thinking like if I moved here, could I protect all 3 of them with my combat form?
If you moved... How far of the range is the combat form?
It's adjacent.
Then I'm gonna have to say if you're adjacent, you would have to be like right next to them to be able to do it.
Okay.
Like if you were standing right here, you'd be adjacent to Tilia. If you were standing right there, you'd be adjacent to Daryl. So you can do that with the slope still. That's fine.
Yeah. I don't have anything to do. I can't do anything if I can't use spells.
This is how I feel, because I can't actually fight anything if I can't see.
Do you not have a ranged weapon, like your wand?
I don't. I have the Master's Instrument, which is a 2-handed 1d4.
Yeah, they've got.
And actually, like, we were making fun of Jasmine for trying to stab people with the wand. I'm a little bit worse than she is.
Yeah. But all the dark attacks are physical, so all the dark weapons are physical. So if you want to, unless you want to do a strength build with a dark character, you just can't.
Yeah.
Wasn't Jasmine didn't she spend an episode throwing her tiara as a weapon?
I sure did.
She sure did.
That was the episode I used dagger at every attack because I was out of mana.
Basically, I was allowing her to make a straight roll, but she couldn't add her proficiency to it.
But I did get to add my dexterity to do it.
Yeah, I did allow you to add your dexterity, which I was very, very generous, I feel.
I mean, a -1 damage would have been real fucked up.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I heal them for negative damage.
It would have been a D4 -1.
But David, what are you doing?
I think all I'm gonna do is I'm not on my right thing. I'm gonna move to right here.
Okay, you go running across the roof, jump across the little gap there, and get to the other side of Tilia.
Yeah. And I'm gonna do it again. I'm just gonna prep an explosion against these guys.
Okay. Prepping as an explosion.
Yeah. And then I don't have anything I can do with my bonus, so
Fair enough. That's it for you. Jasmine, still blind. Your face hurts.
Guess I'll try to hide, because I quite literally can do nothing else.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, you're pretty locked down right now, being unable to see. You can grope around, and you can feel like the corner of the house to your left and a garage door right in front of you. That's about it.
100%. Isn't stealth also a physical action? Isn't this also a disadvantage?
Technically, yes.
Great, love that for me. I got an 8. I poorly hide.
Okay, are you like going around the side of the house, or are you where are you hiding?
She's aiming for a shrub, but she doesn't know what's a shrub right now.
Sure, let's say you go around the corner and you end up kind of like right there in the front of the shrub, but everyone definitely saw which way you were going. Is that it for your turn?
Yeah, about all I can do.
Fair enough. Lock these guys down pretty good. Okay, Daryl, you're up next.
Alright,
You're hurting.
I was gonna start with using a bonus action to try and make a leadership check, but I can't do that since she's deaf. So I'll just try and be Stabitha like Christie here and go over and stab this doll.
Please get rid of one of the dolls.
Okay, as you leave her area of threat, she is going to be making an attack against you.
I say no thank you.
Do you have an ability that allows you to do that?
You don't need an ability to say no thanks.
That's what I thought. But it is a 12. Does a 12 hit?
12 does not hit.
There you go. You go running past it. She slashes at you with those rusty scissors, and you dodge back just in time.
Swing, and a dirty 20 to hit the doll. The Lacey doll.
A 20 does hit.
Cool. And it's 3d4 because I have the special elemental thingy. So 9 points.
Don't you add your strength or
right.
spellcasting?
Yeah, I believe you add your spell casting modifier to that.
It's
Yeah.
strength, dexter. It is strength or spellcasting.
Plus 3, so 12.
12 points of damage. You run up to that spectral doll that's been floating there, slashing at her. You feel the blade cut into her, but there is also a barrier that seems to be protecting her. She does take some of the damage, but you can, after your slash goes through, you can see a little bit of a cut through the dress and into the wood of the doll, but not nearly as much as you were hoping for.
Oh well. That's basically all I can do at this point, so.
Okay. That's it for Daryl. Let's see here. What does old Koi want to do? Koi.
I feel like he just wants to sit there and take a nap, because like this is tiring for him.
Yes,
I get an
Daryl.
extra 2 damage on my attack because my weapon has the veil piercing quality, and I got a 20.
Love it for you. Absolutely. Two. You said 2 more extra points of damage to that.
Yes.
Okay. So that's 1 extra, but still, every little bit helps. Absolutely. Next up, we have Koi's turn, who definitely does not like seeing all these individuals up there on the roof. He's going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 feet to right there. He's taking a shot at... Iris, I feel like he doesn't want you to be right there trying to get up onto the roof. So he's going to take another shadow boat shot at you. That's an 18 to hit.
That's a little bit higher than 8.
10 points of dark damage, and as this black bolt just smashes into you, you can't help but cough and feel a little bit of blood coming out of your mouth as you take that hit.
Jeez.
So, like, how much do we like the world?
We like it, all right?
It is the top of the order. Go ahead.
We might have to come to terms with its destruction.
All I could think about when you said that was the Austin Powers where the president's like, let me just launch one. I got nukes out the yin yang. Sir, are you suggesting that we blow up the moon? Would you miss it? Would you miss it?
So Tilia, it is your turn at the top of the order. Unfortunately, you got bleeding gashes across your body. You're currently deafened, and you're also horrified and unable to do literally anything else. But, I mean, at the end of your turn, you get to make another, I believe, purity check. Let me see here. Oh, I'm sorry. There's one more thing that I forgot about. When you're horrified, you're dropped to the bottom of initiative track. This occurs with multiple Magi-Knights. Adjust the turn order based on the previous...
So basically, I'm in the exact same spot in the turn order.
Well, technically, you'd be at the end, so it would not be your turn right now.
But
Well, yeah, it would, because the last person in turn order just went, so it would be my turn.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
yes, normally, but you just had your turn when you were horrified.
Wait, what?
So last round was the round that you got horrified.
Yeah,
This is the first round after that.
yeah.
So it starts at the top of the turn order, but you're technically at the bottom of it. So you get to go at the bottom of the order next round, or this round. Does that make sense? Am I saying this weird?
Basically, it's to prevent you from moving down in initiative and then getting to go twice in one round.
Yeah.
I don't understand the logic doesn't logic to me, but it's all good. Those are the rules. I'm gonna.
It isn't enough to me either, Rusty. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. So here's the way to explain it.
It's a skip a turn. Let's just go.
Well, it's not really. It's not exactly skipping your turn. So you had your turn,
because even if you
then
put
she
me at the
had
bottom-
hers. But listen. You had your turn,
Yeah.
then she had hers. When
And then
on
everyone
her
had
turn,
theirs, and it was my turn again.
but it's not your turn though. And I'm trying to explain. So after you were horrified on her turn, your turn just automatically went to the bottom of initiative. Now, you had already
after
gone
her
that round,
turn.
but you had already gone that round. You can only go once a round. It's not like you go, then she goes, then you go again at the bottom of initiative. At the next initiative order, when it all resets, you go to the bottom. So you still get a turn this round. It's just your round is at the very bottom this round.
Right,
You're
so
going
it's
last
just-
instead of
it's
going
just like
first.
a skip a turn. We're
Yeah,
good.
it's not really a skip a turn. It's just you're going last instead of being skipped.
anyways,
Yeah,
Anyway,
but
moving
my
along.
position
Quickly
in the
moving
turn
on.
order is still the same. I come after the
Everyone
cultist
else,
guy,
yeah.
so it's a skip a turn. It's fine. Keep going.
okay. Anyway, let's see. Because it is skip. You are on the bottom. So Chrysanthemum is at the top of the order with her 19.
wait, her
What?
name's Corey?
Oh,
It's
not
Corey
Corey.
now.
Oh, no, sorry. Corey's the other guy. Chrysanthemum. Corey is the other guy. Koi-E is the other guy. That's the guy who used to be at the end.
No,
Chrysanthemum.
I like this idea that hurt. I like this idea that hurt.
Okay, children. Yeah.
No, because then it's Corey on the house.
God damn it!
You all just died. That's it. You're dead. Game over.
That wasn't that bad of a joke.
I know it wasn't. I know. Okay.
You can lose harder.
We can
Sorry.
no, you can definitely lose harder. Don't.
Don't tempt me. Anyways, it's
Anyway, I think Chrysanthemum wants to take a slash at David because David came running over, jumped across, and stopped right next to Tilia.
Sure, do it. Hit me.
23. That hits.
is it though?
Yeah.
I guarantee nobody has a 23 AC right now. But 11 points of slashing damage, and I need you to make a con saving throw for me.
Why, that's an 8, sir.
That is a failure as well. So you now have the bleeding condition too. She's going to move up 5 feet because really the major threat right now isn't Tilia. She's horrified and can barely do anything. It's Daryl who's attacking her doll. So Daryl, as a bonus action, she's slashing at you.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. I'm just trying to hang out with my girlfriend here.
Actually, I changed my mind. She's not going to move up and slash. She's instead sending out the Crimson Strings, because that makes much more sense. So she's sending out the Crimson Strings to try to wrap you up. That's a 14. Does a 14 hit?
14 is my armor class.
Okay, so that does hit. Bright red ribbons come swirling around, wrapping around you, and crush you for 6 points of bludgeoning damage. And then I need you to make a either strength or dexterity saving throw.
Okay. It'll be dexterity.
Ooh.
7.
That is a failure. So you are now restrained. She wraps you up in those crimson strings, and to basically mummifying you, and lifts you kind of up about 5 feet in the air. So you're now restrained. That's it for her turn. She's got you all pretty well bound up here. But Iris, what do you want to do? It's your turn.
I'm restoring 6 MP to myself with my ES ability. I forgot what ES stands for, but I can do that as a bonus action. And then, can I see Mr. Stitchlips?
You can see Mr. Stitchlift. He is floating about 30 feet up in the air above the roof.
Alright. Gonna take a shot at him.
Take your shot.
Invoking the shot card.
Love it.
14. That hits, right? That hurt last time, right?
A 14 does hit.
Oh, thank heavens. Oh my gosh. Alright. 19 damage.
19 points of damage. Your beam flies true, striking through that barrier that the Lacey Spectral Princess doll seems to be holding on this group, shattering it, and the doll explodes when you hit it. Little pieces begin to fall down to the roof, clattering and rolling down into the gutter. But that statue, or that doll, is destroyed. The moment that happens, Yeah, the
Imagine
moment
if
that
we-
happens, David, you feel the skin coating your mouth dissolve away and drip down off of your chin into little red pools at your feet. And you test your lips, but you can speak. And you are holding an action.
I am holding an action. I'm gonna blow them all up.
Blow the fuck out of them.
All right. Excuse me while I find my numbers.
If this is an anime, this is the moment the theme song starts playing.
All right.
This is whenever River in the Desert starts playing.
Yeah.
Well, you had to roll over a 15, I believe, so 17 is enough. Roll that beautiful damage.
Count down. Count down.
Let's see. I get. Okay. God damn it!
There are worse fates. It's all right.
But it does hit all three of them.
It does hit all three of them. You send that discordant cacophony of sound energy into the center of these three remaining dolls, exploding. You see cracks begin to form along their wooden bodies. They took the damage, still up.
It's all right.
Now get the one who's fucking with my vision.
It. Now that I'm free,
On your turn, though.
I will end this.
Oh yeah?
Mark his words, bestie. Mark his words. You will rue the day you messed with us.
Well,
Rue
that was your action. Oh, also, what's your con modifier, David?
1.
1? Okay, you took 2 points of bleeding damage.
Okay.
Do you have a bonus action you're wanting to do? Or movement?
I mean,
Wasn't that just a held action?
yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. No, that was a held action. I'm sorry. You're absolutely right. That's my bad.
But if you'll let me.
No. Nope. You're absolutely right. I misspoke. My bad. Iris, that was your turn. Did you have anything else you wanted to do? I think that's actually it.
Yeah, that was all my movement. That was my action and my bonus action.
Yep. And David's held action. Love it. Next up, we have the Spectral Princess. She's not too thrilled about David slashing at her.
Who?
Sorry, it was Daryl, not David. Daryl that slashed at her. Let's see here. Since you're restrained, you can no longer just make a reaction attack. So she's going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to right here. And she is now flying 30 feet in the air.
What a dick.
Next up, we got some cultists. These are the ones who are chanting evilly. So let's see if they can finish their chant.
Or shoot. I don't like the sound of that.
That's a
the sound of
success.
Chanting.
What evil is the chanting?
That evil is chanting pretty heavily, and you hear it reach a crescendo and then stop.
Oh no, oh no. I don't like the sound of that.
Okay. After that happens and that chanting seems to end, the next group of cultists, the ones that are managed to get over the other side, they're moving. They're going to be moving, let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 feet to right about there. David, you can see this, and Tilia, you'd be able to see this horde of cultists that came moving around and is looking up at you. And it is sending a barrage of flames at you. But that's an 11. They've been rolling like shit. And so they miss.
Yeah.
That's the good news. The better news is that Anesthetic, our Patreon supporter, is in chat right now, and she's giving you a reroll. The gods are looking down in favor at you, David, right now, so you have one reroll to use this battle.
Yay. If anybody who deserves it, it's David. He's truly the most heroic person on the team.
Well, we got the last remaining 3 dolls. That's been taking quite a few hits. And so they're going to do the smart thing, and they're going to move. And you see them flying this way.
Oh, they just left the corpse there. The doll corpse.
Not much they can do about it now.
They're moving.
I know, I just think it would have been funny if, like, a dead one just kind of...
Oh, yeah. No, it kind of exploded and all the pieces fell down onto the roof. But the remaining 3 are flying away and kind of flew down at an angle, hiding... Well, you can't really see where they are. So none of you can really see
their dangle.
Now, David, it is your turn.
Yeah. Alright, here's a turn.
Here's the
Step
turn,
one.
he says.
Step 1.
Pick their spirits.
Where is it? Where is my
Got a
thing?
hole in a box.
No. Incorrect. Step 1, as a free action, break the Shard of Mercurial Alacrity, which gives me an extra bonus action per turn, for this turn and next. Step 2, run to about here. Step 3, standard action explosion right on the trio.
Okay, yeah, from where you are, you would be able to look down and see them. You can also see the cultist that's been hiding at the side of the house, and you can also see 4 spectral wisps that have coalesced and is now floating right next to the cultists down there.
Okay. I will also... Yes, okay. I will be overcharging this spell as well to add an extra d10 to the damage.
I like it. So is that double the mana that you use?
No, I get 2 exhaustion points.
2 exhaustion points, got it.
I wish it was double mana. I've got the pool for it. Okay. So...
Well, the 19 you rolled does definitely allow it to be a full damage spell.
And then 19 damage.
The sound waves explode all throughout those, the dolls. You see bits and parts of them flying everywhere. 19 points of damage is a huge hit that renders all of them completely destroyed. The moment you do that, you look to your left, and you can see on the crystal that's coming out from the back of it, it almost looks like it's basically pushed through from the inside out through the roof. You can see the spectral chains that's holding the bodies, and from your angle, you'd probably be able to see two of the boys hanging there, strapped to this crystal. But when those dolls exploded, you saw the ones that you can see kind of breathe a deep sigh and almost relief. Chrysanthemum, however, Relahia, roars in anger. But that was your action. Oh, and by the way, Jasmine, all of a sudden you can see.
Jasmine dropped.
Oh no, Jasmine dropped.
Oh,
Yeah, you like made that sound and then I heard like the ping that somebody left. I'm like, you scared somebody off the stream, man.
oh no.
Well, hopefully they will be back here in a moment. But when they do get back, they no longer are blinded. And you, Iris, your arms and legs seem to feel as though they're no longer withered and lethargic.
Nice. Now I can take off this annoying little... Oh, somebody did it already.
I'm a ninja like that.
What's the other symbol that's on me right now?
Bleeding.
You bleeding?
Oh, bleeding. Right. Oh God.
Back.
Oh yeah, and
do
when-
free
when-
actions cause bleed?
the free actions don't, but the movement
Okay.
did. That's 2 points of damage, and casting the
So-
spell did, so 4 points of damage.
Movement, standard, and bonus actions.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I'm taking 8 points of damage this turn. I'll put that on in a second.
Yep.
Bonus action, the normal is a rushed explosion on these guys over here.
Rushed explosion on them, absolutely. Roll that attack.
Kill them. You should
There's
kill
another-
them.
Another 19.
Jasmine, welcome back. You can see.
I love that for me. I love that for me. Me and this laptop are gonna fight after this.
Can I put like whole ass equations into this? I wonder.
What?
Now that I'm talking to myself, I'm testing something in Roll20 to see if it's gonna work, and if not, I'm gonna look stupid.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, it does. All right.
Honestly, I love that. I love that for you.
So 8 damage to all these guys. I already halved it.
Huh, that's very cool.
Yeah.
Wow. 8 points of damage. You send that explosion flying. This coordinate wave just crashes through all of them, taking quite a bit of damage. They are still alive, however,
All right.
with 1 hit point.
Bonus action, the second from the shard. I'ma do it again.
Same people?
What?
Same group.
Do it. Oh, and you took 2 more points of damage.
Yeah, I know. I'm taking 8 total. I haven't done any of it yet, but I'll still be alive, so we're fine.
Okay.
Probably.
Crit.
I love this, guys. I love this.
You
guys.
rolled
I
a
love this
crit.
game.
Very nice.
It's just double. It's the same rules, right? You just double dice.
Yes.
Okay.
Kill them all, bestie.
Well, that kinda sucked, but
Hey,
That's
9
fine.
points is 9 points.
Hey, still
another
9 points is enough to take that group out. So describe this for us, because you effectively just took out 2 hordes in one round.
Okay, yeah. So he of course just like rushed straight after the first, spun the turntables in a like just an absolute cacophony of just noise. That's all it is. It's literally just noise, no rhythm, no. It's not pleasant. Just kind of blew up in the middle of that first group. And then he immediately spun and turned to the other ones that he can see down there. And hit the tables in opposite directions. One explosion comes up from the bottom and one comes down from the top, like crashing in between these sound waves, so that the parts just and scatter.
And all four of these individuals just go flying, slumping down to the ground, unconscious.
A finger hits this guy in the face and does 0 damage.
I'll allow it.
And then he kind of drops to one knee because he just lost a lot of blood.
Lost a lot of blood, took a few points of exhaustion. It's been a rough round, but you were quite effective. Well done.
Like to think that after doing all that, it's like one of those shows where it's just like the stream coming out of your neck or something.
Sounds about right.
It's just like
Okay.
you got a lot of blood.
Did you want to use any more of your movement, David?
How much did I use? 25? No, I'm good.
Oh, you sure?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Just making sure. Well,
You know what?
Jasmine.
No, I am. I am going to use 5 more feet of movement.
Sweet, you use 5 more feet of movement and take 2
Behind
more
the ship.
points of blood. Of bleeding damage.
No, it's the same movement action.
I mean, it's still just moving. Yeah, that's fine.
Is it moving or the movement action? Because those are two different
That's
things.
actually a good question. It might just be movement action, but for thematically, I thought it would be funny.
Yeah, it'd be funny.
You start bleeding. You start walking. Just. Actually, it doesn't say. It just says. It says every move, standard, or bonus action, so that implies move
Okay.
action. So yeah,
The entire move action.
Yeah.
It's just 2.
that's fine. Still would have been funny. Anyway, Jasmine, it's your turn. You are in a bush, kind
I'm
of
in a
crouched there, but you can see again.
I love that for me. Let me see. We've lost video, boys, but I can't see this. I'm gonna have to go get this laptop prepared tomorrow. We'll figure that out later.
Yeah, no worries. Just what you want to do.
Okay, let me think. I can see. Can I top of the roof?
You can jump on the roof and take 15 feet of movement to do so.
Because you said it's 50 feet.
Yeah, you're using 15 feet of movement to get up onto the roof. So if you get here, it's 50.
Okay.
You use 15 feet.
And then I'll shoot the whore in the face. The big one.
Okay. So you jump up there and you're going to shoot the whore in the face. The big one.
The big one, that is.
Shoot him in the face, man.
You making a beam attack?
Oh, did we lose him again?
Maybe.
Dasonie.
On this
Is-
laptop. Oh god. Yeah, my spell attack modifier is +1. No.
Beam me up, Scotty.
If you can hear us, just roll a d20 and add your spell attack modifier for your beam. Oof, that was an 11. Unfortunately, an 11 is not enough. Your beam attack goes wide, missing the Lacey doll. But you really haven't seen Lacey in this entire battle. You've seen her doll, but you haven't seen her. Interesting.
Are we sure? Are we totally sure we haven't seen her at all? Maybe just a little bit.
You never know. But that was your action to cast your beam weapon, or your beam spell. You still have a bonus action, Jasmine, if you want to use that. $14 does hit.
Fuck yeah. Wait, what do I roll for damage again?
Beam is... Uh, 4d6 plus your spell modifier.
Okay. 4d6 plus 3. Spell attack modifier, like the modifier you use for the spell?
The modifier you use for your spell.
Okay. 4d6?
Yep, 4d6. But since this is a bonus action, the damage is going to be halved.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Does your weapon have the embolden feature or no?
We're not going to talk about the dagger. We're not going to talk.
Your what, wand or whatever?
Yeah, the wand is bad. The wand isn't great.
Does it have embolden? I've forgotten if it does.
I don't think it does. I haven't looked. It does. I just a little damage. I almost never look at it.
I don't think the wand does.
That's 14 divided by 2 plus 3.
Okay, no, it doesn't.
Yeah.
So 10 points.
That'd be 8 points. So it's
14 divided by 2 is 7, plus 3 is 10.
you add it in before you divide it.
Oh, okay.
So it'd be 17 divided by 2. Which would be... So you shoot your beam, it strikes the Lacey doll, hitting that barrier that seems to be over it. Not doing quite as much damage as you were hoping to, but still at least a little bit.
And I'll use the rest of my movement to at least try to get closer. Because I'm out of mana, so guess what time it is?
Well, before you move it up to the Lacey doll, I will let you know it is floating 30 feet above the roof right now. So you can get underneath it and look up there, but it is flying overhead.
And might be time to just shout. Yeah, I'll come off this here. But I meant by the big one, I was aiming towards the the blonde one.
I'm sorry, you're aiming towards the big one. I'm sorry, I thought you said you were aiming towards Lacey. My bad.
Oh, it's too late now. We've already shot the doll.
Oh, I mean, that's fine. Whatever.
Too late. It's the doll.
Okay. No worries.
I have one good beam in me. Let's see if I can shoot.
Well, that's it for Jasmine's turn. Daryl, you're up next. You are currently restrained. You are held aloft by the ribbons that are wrapped all around you. You can use your action to try to break free, if you want.
What
to.
is the action to break free?
You can make either an athletics or an acrobatics check against them.
Okay, bonus action to use Shard of Confidence to add a d12 to my next skill check made.
I like it.
And then I'm going to attempt to break out.
So how much does that add, did you say?
Plus 1 d12.
Now, I will remind you that you're rolling this at disadvantage because you are restrained.
And you said it was acrobatics or athletics?
Correct.
They are both the same.
I don't think you're going to beat her on this.
Oh, Jesus. Plus a D12. I think you might. Ooh.
Yeah, 14 plus 2 is not going to do it, no.
Unfortunately not. So you wiggle about trying to get free, but the bindings just wrap tighter around you, holding you in place. So that unfortunately is your turn, as you cannot move.
Lame.
Next up, we have Koi.
What's his full name?
His full name, Koi Riweya. Koi Riweya is his name. And it's ridiculous. Okay.
That's all you can say with something that's hard to pronounce. Just like,
Well, it KOYI-RYIWHEYA. You pronounce it.
Okay.
Korwea.
Koyi Rai Iweya.
Yeah, basically what I said.
That. It's about confidence, whatever you say.
Well, let's see.
In the least flowy way possible.
David, where you're at, like, I don't think he'd be able to get a clear shot at you.
I'm behind a chimney,
Well,
inhaling the fumes.
yeah, just the way that roof arcs, I don't think he'd be able to see you. Yeah, I think with Tilia still there, cowering, horrified. Iris, you're the clear target.
No, not again. This guy loves me.
That's a 21 to hit.
That sure does hit.
10 points of shadow damage.
Well, that's enough to put me out, I guess.
Okay.
Take the crack. Take the crack.
So yeah, what happens is you get hit by that shadow bolt, and you feel your life force fading as you begin to fall. But then time seems to freeze and stand still, and you can hear the voice of the Wanderer whispering to you. You don't have to die, Iris. You can stay alive. You can hold off. But you feel your soul crystal crack once at the loss of your when you go down to 0 hit points. But you can choose to take another one and stay alive with 1 hit point. Do you choose to?
Yeah.
Okay. Your crystal cracks for a second time, and the world seems to regain the same amount of time as everybody else. You have 1 hit point, but you are still alive.
Woo!
Nice.
Last in turn order is Tilia. Now you are horrified, and like I said, you can't do much, but you can re-roll to resist the horror.
Okay, what do I roll for that?
Wasn't it a D100 plus your purity?
Yes. I believe so.
Yeah, give me 1 second. I just want to double check because I think it might change. Okay, no, it is just a roll to resist horror again. So it's a D100 plus your purity modifier.
$82.
You absolutely succeed.
Hell yeah.
You shove that horror aside, pushing it away. You're no longer afraid. But that was the end
Shoot
of
her
your
in the
turn.
mouth.
But that was the end of your turn. Good news, you haven't taken any damage from that.
So you
But-
can take 7 total fractures, right?
Correct.
Alright.
Now, we are at the top of the turn order again, but unfortunately, I just saw it's 10 o'clock. Still have quite a bit of fight left in this. So, it's kind of up to the group here. We can keep going with this battle and try to finish it tonight, or we can wait and finish this battle in another 2 weeks and have one more episode, making this an even 12. I'm going to leave it up to the group.
I've always hated a part 2, so I'm ready to keep going.
I mean-
have to be up for work in 8 hours.
Yeah, same. I gotta be at work in about 8 hours. Like, I wouldn't be opposed to going a little bit longer, but this fight is gonna take more than like
More than
another-
one round, yeah.
Yeah.
If we knew it was like maybe 20 minutes, sure, but otherwise.
Yeah.
nah.
I'm just going to
Yeah.
tell you right now, I don't think it's going to only be 20 more minutes. I think
Yeah,
we've got
this,
quite...
This is an hour minimum, assuming that there's no like second phase type stuff.
So yeah. 2
Okay.
weeks.
So we're committing to one more episode in 2 more weeks, where we're going to finish this absolutely insane battle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well done, Magi-Knights. At the top of the order, nobody has died. You've managed to destroy the dolls and at least one group of cultists. So that's pretty good. You can see the boys strapped to the crystal. You can see,
As they
The-
slowly.
as they slowly rise upward, because that's been going on this entire time. But you're in a better position, at least a little bit, than you were a few rounds ago, so that's good.
Yeah, I
Well-
dare say we have the advantage right now.
Don't jinx us.
I think my last 2 beam attacks are going straight to the crystal.
I'm still
I was
focusing on
originally
that
going
lazy
to just
doll.
blow up the crystal before Matt said there were like people hanging from it.
Yeah, they'll be fine.
When I played through, I tried to throw dynamite at the crystal, just so you know. But well done, everybody. We're going to be picking things up in 2 weeks with the final episode, episode 12, of the Magi-Knights, An Echo from the Stars. So, as we always do, I like to go around and give everyone a chance to remind us who they are and where we can find them. So, let's go ahead and start tonight with Tilia. Tilia, or Alyssa, I should say, because we're out of character now. Alyssa, who are you and where can we find you?
Oh, you know, I'm just your regular internet nerd. Who crochets nerdy things. And I can be found here most Monday evenings playing in the Fab 5 campaign as Eloise Bright Crystal. Other than that, all of my crochet stuff can be found on Instagram at Alyssa Crochets. Check me out.
She does awesome work. Hito, how about you?
Hi, I'm Tensei or Justin or Hitoshura, if Matt can ever say it right. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah,
Really,
yeah.
it
And
is not.
Yeah,
keep doing this. Anybody else want to join in?
Let's just do it. Let's all do it.
You can find me primarily on Bard Rock Cafe. We're starting up doing heavier streaming. We got Extra Life coming up this Saturday in 3 days. Oh my god!
Yep, in
We're
3
doing
days.
We're doing a big old thing. A couple people from here are joining it as well.
Woot woot.
Also, I just did a guest spot on Dice Collectors. I played the same David, but without the magical powers.
Wait, what?
Okay. The concept of David Copeland is just like the character that I play whenever I don't really know what to do. Or when I'm like first trying something out, because it's very easy for me.
Fair.
So I think this is like the 6th game I've played this character in.
The multiverse of David.
Yep.
That's a whole other thing that is happening in our Discord right now.
Oh god.
David
And I'm
is
not
a
gonna go
Nexus.
and I'm not gonna go into it.
David is a Nexus being confirmed.
Why not?
Hi, listen to Dice Collectors.
Yeah, listen to Dice Collectors. Okay, Dasonie, how about you?
Hi, I've been Dasonie Nelson, your mistress of technical difficulties. You can find me every Tuesday, not recently the past 3 Tuesdays, because we're coming off a brief hiatus, on the Power Rangers Project Squadron YouTube channel, on Power Rangers Savage Stampede. It's always hard to say back-to-back. At 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, I play a Black Ranger. She is sad, she is mean, and she's in her bag because she comes from a rich family.
Love it. Steven, how about you?
I'm here Monday nights, 3 to 6, for the Debauchery Circus campaign. We didn't play last Monday because of Halloween, but we should be back on Monday.
Yes, we are. It's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, Jeff, you're doing the Extra Life show as well, aren't you? You're muted.
I'm always muted when I don't mean to be. I am going to be there. I'll be at the noon session. I'll be playing Even, who I used in a different Curse of Strahd campaign, which is actually quite topical. So look forward to that, I guess. Yeah.
Right on. Well, I'm Matthew R. Dawson, aka Scruffy Wanderer, on the tweets and the instas. I pronounce things very, very badly, as everyone keeps reminding me, but I try my best. I'm also your friendly neighborhood host and GM here on the Random Rhapsody Network, which is where you can find me every Monday and Wednesday here on Twitch. So on behalf of the Nighty-Knights and everyone here in the Random Rhapsody crew, I just want to say thank you for watching. Have a great evening. And we'll see you in 2 weeks for the conclusion of this battle. Nighty-night.
Nighty-night.